He's got his McDonald's. So you want CHATTY McDonald's?
Oh god, my eyeshadow sweated onto the roof of my lids. Right, hello guys. So I've never done one of these before, but we're fucking starting. Basically, this is Abby slash Binnie. Before we start the vid, we have to establish. I don't want any
Any of Michael and
Shani. Basically, we're obsessed with like Michael and Shani and just like that group of people. Like we call each other Binnie and stuff because we watch their vids. So before anyone tries to have a go at us, that's why we're saying it, and we are aware that we're copying them.
Yeah.
But we make it our own.
We do.
We do. I mean, who's original on YouTube nowadays? No one. Just finished work, so we might look at.
Sorry.
Might look a bit worse for wear. I never usually wear my hair like this. Oh my god, I've gone really red. Oh, we're going forward.
My bag's under my eyes because I was at work at 9:30 and I've been at work at 9:30 for the past
4 fucking days. Me and Ben have just finished a 4-day stretch of working.
People are going to be like, oh my god, 4 days is literally nothing. Retail.
Yeah, but it's just, people are just so annoying. Imagine she just watches it. We've had the same shifts every day apart from today, right?
No, Sunday. Sunday I was in at 9 and you were in at 10:30.
Oh yeah.
Friday
and Saturday we had the same.
No, we didn't. Friday I was in
later. Yeah.
Saturday we had the same.
I've had some easy days to be fair.
Hello, can I make 2 separate orders? Can I get a chicken legend meal with cool...
Do you do like, you know the 20 chicken nugget meals?
We don't do that as a meal, I'm afraid.
Oh, okay, can I just get 20 chicken nugs then, please?
Yeah, anything else?
2 cheeseburgers, a large fries, and a large Coke, please.
And a large Coke. Anything else?
No, that's it, thanks.
Drive around to the first one, yes, please.
Cool.
Thank you.
Oh, what's this bruise from?
Do you know what? Don't know.
Usually on mukbangs, like, yeah, mukbang, you have to like order quite a lot.
Yeah, well, to be fair, that's more food than I would usually get. I'd usually just get a meal and that's it. I wouldn't get nugs as well. But it's been a stressful day.
It's a different order than I usually get, but it's probably about the same amount of food. My usual go-to order, just in case any of you want to buy me McDonald's, is 3 cheeseburgers, 2 large fries, and a large Coke. Right,
look
you know
how
what?
far away I am from the window.
Oh,
Am I gonna be able to
you've
record?
messed this up now. So look at that. What are you doing? I'm gonna have to get the card.
Sorry.
Oh, look at all these bloody hairs. It's been a hard day, guys. Don't judge me on my frizzy hair. Shout out to my sister, Nicole. I do have hairspray in my bag, but I can't be arsed. You're just gonna have to, I look like a mess today. You're just gonna have to put up with it. Right, so we've got the food.
Woo! Food haul, what you get? Ding, 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 ding. Wow.
First thing on the agenda, the fries. What order do you eat your food in?
Probably go for some fries first as like a starter.
We need to do a thumbnail.
I think we've got one.
Yeah, that's fine. Can't wait to keep that. Fun fact, I actually hate the sound of chewing. So this is going to be a really hard vid for me to film.
I'm really hoping your food's good. I just ordered all this food and like it's really hard.
First of all, I'm not Tory. I don't like Alfie, like I'll just be honest. I've never met him, you know, he could, but I just don't like his content. There we go.
Okay, yeah, fair.
But I don't even watch Zoe's main channel
my god.
anymore.
She's repost a lot.
Oh,
I watch her vlogs all the time just because they're really good background vlogs.
Yeah.
Got Chicken Legend, cool mayo.
I always over order, because then you've got some food later on.
And we're gonna go back and get them. Sorry.
Oh, yeah,
because
and
McDonald's is literally.
Yeah.
Shall we talk about how we met?
Oh, okay, yeah. So you don't really know Abby, Binnie.
Yeah.
Bit weird. We worked together,
We worked together.
as we probably established.
Spoiler alert, that's how we met.
Yeah.
So I worked in Top Man before you came. How long have you been working there? A year?
Oh, so yeah.
So I
0.87 years.
Michael's been in a few vlogs
A
before.
couple of vlogs, but he's not a recurring character. Because I know Michael from uni, and then she knew Michael from work. And then I was looking for a job last summer, and Michael was like, I think they're kind of looking for people at Topshop over summer. Went for an interview, didn't get it at first.
Did you not?
No.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, because I went for my interview in literally May. The branch manager at the time, who was the person that interviewed me, she did seem to really like me, and she said she would let me know. And actually, I vlogged the day that I had my interview.
Oh,
yeah, because I was like,
go
just had an interview, like I think it went
where
quite
Michael
well.
works.
Yeah, but then I got a call a couple of days later, and she was like, I'm really sorry, we haven't got it. Just because, they said that it was just because I couldn't cover the hours over summer, because obviously I wasn't going to be there for a month.
Fair, okay.
I can't really remember, but basically I eventually got the job. But didn't get it first, but then eventually got the job. Started in Sept. Oh my god, no way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why she's got a stick up her arse then. I always enjoy this story because I always find it really funny about how everyone was excited for me to start working.
Oh yeah, well so basically, Michael's obviously my friend from uni starting.
Yeah.
Called Adam, and then it just kind of caught word that Adam wore makeup. Everyone was waiting, like, they were like, oh my God, a boy in makeup, like, came in on the first day, no makeup. Like, disappointed, but I was like, oh, I was expecting...
Like, people probably don't know this because I wear makeup pretty much all of my videos, but I don't wear makeup every day. The only thing I do on a daily basis is mascara. Like, this is a lot for me, to be
For
fair.
work, yeah. But I remember, like, because you started by just doing Saturdays, like a whole day. And I remember it was like your second Saturday, and I said to Michael, I was like, that boy's really funny.
I don't even know how we really started, like, getting a bit closer. Ultimately, our anniversary, as we call it,
It's the 13th of
is the
October.
13th of October, because that's 2 days after her birthday. And we went out for drinks after work for your birthday, and that's when we kind of, like, were like, oh, you're all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then a couple of weeks later was the... I just love how good friends we are.
Oh my God, that was so funny.
I've got the video.
Send me the video, I might
Insert
put it
now.
in. That's so funny. I love how good friends we are. That video is because, like, we, after her birthday, we did, like, become, like, really quick friends. And then she, like, said at one point, I love how good friends we are. And I was literally just like, bah! Like, found it so funny. It literally fell to the floor.
In the
while
denim.
Yeah, well, I don't know why. It
it's
doesn't
like-
sound that funny, but
Yeah,
it's
to
just
be fair,
like,
like, I was like, I'm being really nice.
yeah, I was like, ah, like making fun of
Stop,
you.
you're making it worse.
Yeah. And also, a fun story that I've told you before anyways. I remember, because there's another boy that we work with called Jay, stunning boy. Before I started working there, I remember going in. I remember specifically you and him serving me, which is really weird.
Which I
And-
don't remember.
Yeah, obviously, because you just don't remember
Yeah,
the passing
yeah,
customer.
fair.
And you look so much different in my memory, which is really weird. I have an image of you in my head, which I think is a different person, but because you look a bit similar to them, maybe that's why.
Yeah.
And I remember being mildly intimidated as well, because you two were like having a little giggle. And I went up to the thing and I was like, hey, can I just buy this? I was probably just buying like a ring or something.
And now I'm like, your boss.
Yeah, so she's moving up in the world.
I got a promotion.
Oh, well deserved. I'm like late promotion. Yeah. Basically just team leader. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically like, it's like a mini boss.
Basically, the store manager and like the branch managers don't really come onto the floor as much. So the team leaders are the ones who run the floor.
Yeah. And essentially that's what she is.
It's gonna actually
Diving into the
boss.
nugs. I'll need to get some ketchup because I mean I love a dry nug, but not 20 dry nugs. Do you know what I mean? I was thinking about this yesterday because you were just like, I was just watching you for some reason, and I was like, oh, she's team leader now. And then I was like, I wonder what the youngest team leader is.
I think-
Do you have to be 18?
Do you know what? Because you probably have to have store keys. I think you do have to be 18.
So you're probably like one of the youngest team leaders, Guinness Book of World Records.
Youngest
Can you imagine
team,
just you like?
youngest top man team leader. That ketchup on the side of your face.
No, it's probably just a spot. Oh no, it's blood. We were both discussing on the way here that we're just very done. Because like we say, we've been working 4 days in a row and it's a bit like, do you know, right, I think this all the time, purely because I have like, I get really bad anxiety about hanging out with people like one-to-one. Because like, what do people talk about? Like, I could be with you,
I fucking kid you not, I was thinking about this morning about me and you.
but that's really weird.
Just like, what do we
We've done
talk
this a lot the
about?
past couple of days.
Oh, don't.
I think about this a lot because obviously when we're together, we don't often, like, I mean, it's not that it's awkward to, but we don't actually often have like just silent moments.
Yeah.
We're always kind of just chatting shit
There's
about
always
something.
something to talk about.
Yeah, but then if you sat me down and said, what did you and Abby talk about today? I'd literally be like,
I don't know.
I was thinking about making a whole video about this because people need educating how to be a good retail customer. I just don't understand how people can't.
Rule number one, don't be a cunt.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna make a whole video about this eventually. But right now, I'll just say, if you want something, like if you come to us and say, oh, you really want to return this, but I don't have a receipt. We can't return it if you don't have a receipt, and we can't put it on a gift card. Like, we're not supposed to do that anymore. We literally just you have to exchange it.
You need credit now.
Yeah, are you serious? They're driving up to the bin. Just get out your car. So today, there was a woman who did that. I was like, you're gonna have to exchange it for something in the store, soz. And she was like, can you give me a credit note? I was like, no. She was like, can you put it on a gift card? I was like, we're not really supposed to do that anymore, I'm really sorry. I was like, if there's nothing in the store that you like, you know, you can have a look online. When we do exchange it so that they can order it in, we do put it onto a gift card, but we can't actually just give you a gift card, really.
Because basically you could just walk in with a top that you've had for years and be like, I bought this but I don't have the receipt. And you could just get a gift card for it. Like, that's why you can't do it.
So she started being a bit like, oh, okay, so I can just take it home. And I was like, no. Listen, it has to be done in the store. You don't have your receipt on. But she was really nice. and I wanted to help her. This is the thing. Moral of the story, that's what I was trying to say. She was really nice, so I did actually want to help her and I sorted her out. The people that come up to us and say, this ripped in half when I was wearing it. I don't have the receipt, but I want a full refund.
Well,
fuck off. And then you kind of look at it and go, and they're like, yeah, no, it's just like when I put it on, it just like ripped, and it's like, go, you've worn this on a night out and then you've fallen over drunk and ripped it open. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the thing as well. We're not dumb.
Yeah.
We're not
like
dumb.
This ripped as soon as I put it on. I can see you've picked at the stitching.
And people that are like, I've washed this once and it's just like gone really weird.
Yeah, that's gone through the washer at least 5 times.
Yeah, people will go to any length to get their
money back.
It's so annoying.
What?
Seagull.
Oh dear.
What were we on about?
Don't know, but let's just switch it up now. Oh my god, do you know what we should talk about?
What?
The situation.
Okay, we can, but we'll just change his name.
Okay, he's not gonna watch it, is he?
You never know. Lewis.
Lewis.
Just looked at John Lewis. How did it even happen?
So basically,
well,
going back to when I was in year 9 to start it off, I used to have a crush on this boy called Lewis. Lewis is in the year above, so he is Binnie's year. Are you a year above me or are you 2 years?
I'm 2 years.
Right,
because I'm going into my 3rd, you're going into your 1st year. Are you? Oh, Finn! Yeah, because just to establish, I'm 19, she's 18, but I think we're 2 years apart. Anyways.
Anyway, so Lewis. I had a crush on Lewis, and all my friends knew about it. Like, literally, I would say, oh my god, like, he would walk past.
He is fit.
He is stunning.
He's stunning.
And if I told you, did you ever, you had to put money on a card so you could spend it in school?
We weren't that high tech.
Have a little card or, like, your fingerprint or something.
Fingerprint?
Yeah, fingerprint. You could use your fingerprint at the till. Basically, for some reason, I gave it's called a flexi card, to my friend who's in the year above, and Lily gave it to Lewis, and Lewis snapped it, and then came.
Have you told me that?
No.
I don't think you have.
And then Lewis, we'd never spoke before, came over to me at lunch and was like, "Bro, your flexi card, sorry," and I was like, "It's okay." And then he kind of knew that I had a crush on him because.
Word gets around though, doesn't it?
My best friend's boyfriend told him. So fast forward to now, hadn't seen Lewis since I'd left school. Yeah, 14, 15.
So it's been 4 years.
Yeah, almost 4 years since I've probably seen him. We went out one night to if you're from Chaya, the vestry, and I was with Bin, and he was in the vestry, and I was like, oh my god.
I was fucked that night.
Yeah,
What was that for? Was it just, because I'm sure it was a monumental night though. Maybe it was just that one night that we all went out together.
It was like a
Didn't we all get into the VIP for free that night?
Yeah,
and we all got kicked out.
Oh my god, I've literally got a video of Michael walking out.
Yeah.
the cars just goes, and he just goes, oh.
Yeah.
And I saw Lewis, and I was like, oh my god, this is so weird. And then he messaged me on Snapchat, like, bearing in mind I was there, he was like, you in vestry? And I was like, yes. He was like, come to the bar. So I was like, okay. Off I go. And he bought me a drink, and then...
Side note, you don't really have a crush on him anymore though, do you?
Nah. And then Bing came over, smashed. Really smashed.
I don't remember any of this, so I'll tell you my point of view after this. But...
And I was like, oh, this is my friend Lewis. And they were like, oh, it's so good to meet you, blah, blah, blah. And then we all just kind of danced for a bit, like we're hanging out.
Yeah, because you have that video of us dancing together.
Yeah, how weird. And then I kind of just walked off at this point, and then these two were still together, like talking and stuff. And it was kind of getting a bit like flirty, and I was like, end the night. That's it. Yeah. We leave. And then was it work the next day? No, it was work like 2 or 3 days later.
It was a bit later because this whole saga.
This was on a Thursday, and then you came into work on a Sunday because you'd been out on the Saturday. Came in, and you were really sad that day.
I was really depressed.
Me and Sam came upstairs, and you were like,
I was crying in the stock room. Hilarious. Like sad at the time, but hilarious.
Sad. And then,
it was a mixture of just like I had a shit week, and also no, I can't put that in, can I? Nah. Okay. Basically, no, because my mum went, I don't care. I made some bad decisions on the Saturday night, so I was in a bad mood on Sunday morning. Can we cut to because this way, like, it's funny that I have this part of the story now, and then we go back to you. Yeah. My point of view, what I remember on the Thursday night is just that I was with a really fit boy for like the majority of the night. If you haven't ever met me or like watched my channel before, like I get really drunk. And I don't remember things, like just like at all. But I'm always like, good night though. Fab night.
Okay, should I have a good night? Yes, I can see it.
Yeah, so my point of view, I was literally just like, oh my god, I was with a really fit boy last night, like for so long. And he was supposed to be coming back with us. Like, he was supposed to come back to mine.
And I was like,
yeah. So he was supposed to come back to mine. Bear in mind,
I was saying that.
Yeah, she was saying that. And also bear in mind, I didn't know any of this history with her because again, I was smashed, don't remember. And literally my only, like Vivian's point of view was literally just like, oh my God, I've met a fit boy and he's coming back to us. So then we like gapped it out of the fucking vestry and couldn't find him. Like I couldn't find him. And I remember being like, oh my God, I'm gutted. Like what if it was his one and only time in vestry? Like what if I never see him again? Like I was heartbroken. So the next day, FBI skills, going through people's Snapchat stories because Tommy was out.
Yeah,
and I was going through people's Snapchat stories just to see whether or not, because I went through everyone that we were with just in case like there was any pictures of us with this guy, and there wasn't, so I was like fuck. And then I was just in general going through who else was like out that I knew. Our friend Tommy had posted like a Snapchat and it was like a selfie of him and like a couple of people, and this guy was in the picture, and I was like, fuck, yes, like I found him.
Here he is.
And I remember messaging him being like, oh my God, who's that guy? I was with him all night last night. And bear in mind, like also cutting back to Thursday night, it was really flirty. Like I remember like we were stood just like lining up to go to the smoking area, and like we were literally like, he had like his hand on my back and was like pulling me closer, and he was like whispering in my ear and just like all this really flirty shit. And I remember just being like, oh my God, he's so fit, because he's really fit as well. Oh God, if he ever like watches this and knows it's
I'll
him,
be like
I've had a go at him and said like, you're not even that fat. So I messaged Tommy and was like, oh my God, who's this guy? I was with him all night. I was supposed to go home with him. Like, who is it? And he was like, oh, it's our friend John. Just thought I'd establish as well, because I can't remember whether or not I do in the rest of the video, but when our friend Tommy told me that this guy's name was John, I was under the impression that this guy from the Snapchat was Lewis, like the guy that I had been with all night. But I couldn't actually remember Lewis's name from the night, because his real name is quite like an exotic name, so I couldn't remember it. So when Tommy said that this guy's name was John, I was like, oh shit, okay, that's what his name was. Like I thought, like this whole time, basically, I thought the guy that I was messaging Tommy about was Lewis. Does that make sense? It's also just clicked now that we called the guy Lewis, and I can't stop thinking about H2O just said what a lol. Teehee. It's my friend John. Here's his Insta. I've got his number as well if you need it. And I was like, fucking whoa. So I found him on Instagram, followed him, and I remember stalking his Instagram and being like, John's a pretty boy. But it wasn't who I remembered, but they looked similar because they both have blonde hair. But then I do also remember that Lewis has a nose ring and John doesn't have a nose ring. So yeah, he followed me back. So I was like, oh my God, he's the one. Like we're gonna get married. I think I told you at work on the Saturday, I was like, oh my God, I found the guy that I was with, because I couldn't remember his name as well. I couldn't remember Lewis. I couldn't remember his name. So in your mind, it was just because you would have
another boy.
Yeah, I thought I had met another boy.
Because I was like, why would it be Lewis?
Yeah, like he's straight.
Yeah,
Yeah, so he's like straight. At least in your mind, but in my mind it was just like this, guy talking to me, whatever. So I was telling you all about it, bearing in mind we were both thinking of the same person but didn't know that.
Yeah, how weird.
And I was like, oh my God, I found this guy John. And I remember saying, I was like, he was definitely more fit on the night, but it was just because, Vivian's eyes are a bit worse than mine. And then I can't remember how I just kind of figured out, oh my God, yeah! So we went out Saturday night. On the way out, we went past Spoons, which is on the way to the vestry where we were going. And I remember seeing this boy stood outside of Spoons, and I was like, I know that face. He was looking at me like, hi. Like, do you know what I mean? He was looking at me being like, I know who you are. Yeah, are you gonna say hello? Like, what's going on? So I was walking past him and I was literally just like this. Like, I know you. And then he just went, hiya. And then I just went, hi, and then like ran over and I was like, oh my God, hi, hugged him, and then I kind of went, it all just came full circle and I went, so this is Lewis, John is not Lewis.
John is not
I was like connecting the dots. I was like, shit, this is Lewis.
But still didn't remember
that
I had anything to do with
literally had no idea. And you weren't
like,
out this night either, so I didn't say anything to you until the next day, obviously. So I was like, right, so I found the boy, and I was like, I feel bad because I did follow John on Insta, and we followed each other back. And also, on John's Insta, he was clearly gay as well. Yeah. Should have pointed that out. Whereas Lewis, I was a bit like, I mean, he just didn't seem gay.
No.
Oh my God. Oh, he just went out. No, then he asked me if I was going to the vestry. I was like, yeah. And then he was like, I'll see you then. I was like, oh yeah, you fucking will. And then I remember running to my friends being like, guys! And then I can't remember whether or not we didn't speak much on Saturday night because I went home with... Yeah. So this is where our storylines kind of connect again.
And where I was like,
I came into work the next day, obviously really depressed. Yeah, I remember literally saying to Like I came in and I was crying all the way to work. I don't think it'd be a good idea to put me on the shop floor because I will not be able to work. And she was like, do you want to just go in the stock room? And I was like,
hell yeah.
So yeah, she was like, just go in the stock room. And I was like, oh, obviously I was sad, so I was like, so I was upstairs in the stock room all day crying, you know, doing some delivery. She comes upstairs.
I go, oh, so how was your night?
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my God, Ben, I have so much to tell you. And then I'm like, so basically, you know that guy, John?
John?
Yeah, you're like, John, yeah, like what about him? And I was like, it's not him. The guy that I was with, it wasn't him. And then I go, his name's Lewis.
And I go, Binnie!
And I was just like, what?
Are you joking? I introduced you to this boy on Thursday night. But I don't remember.
Yeah, I was literally like, oh, so I did not
And I
remember
literally
at
went,
all.
I fancy him so much.
Yeah, you were like, I had a crush on him in like year 9, and I was like,
and then you were like, oh, he's the one who's gonna come back. And I was like,
yeah. So yeah, that was so funny. It's just the way it tied back
hilarious,
together.
Yeah. And it was the shock on my face.
It was so
like,
funny because I remember just being like, yeah, it's not John, it's Lewis.
Lewis.
And you were like, what the fuck? Like, cut to him.
just started talking.
Yeah, we started talking a bit because
Which is what made me go like, eh.
But then, oh my God, wait, I forgot a vital part of the story. He told me he was bisexual.
Oh, yeah!
He told me he was bisexual on the Saturday night. He told me, he had said to me he was bisexual and he did it in the sexiest way possible. I remember literally having like the worst fanny flutter in the world. This is how much of a twat I am on a night out. So this boy who we'll call Cola, I had been with him for like the majority of the night, and we were out in the smoking area and Lewis was there, and I was like, me, Lewis, these 2 other girls, and Cola were all stood in like a little circle because the smoking area in the Vista is really small.
Tiny.
I'm such a twat. Tunnel vision on the fittest boy in like the fucking room because Cola had literally completely gone out my mind because I was just like, Lewis! One of the girls just goes, are you gay? To Lewis. And Lewis, oh my God, I still have the image in my head and it turns me off so much because he literally just turned to me, looked me up and down, just went, no, I'm bisexual. And I was like, ah! But then like later on, I had a friend tell me that he was straight, so I was like, oh.
Yeah, spoiler, he's straight.
Yeah, spoiler. But yeah, this is my life. Straight boys just like fuck me about. Do you know what I mean?
But you're quite good at like being a twat on a night out.
In what way?
Okay, I'm just gonna bring up the example that I always use when you're a twat on a night out. Not a twat, but like...
That was not my fault. I already know what you're gonna say.
At the uni that Bing goes to, they have this thing, can we even call it bushy?
Yeah, I've talked about it before.
And obviously, like, I'd never been before, and he was like, do you know what, just come.
Here's the thing about like our friendship group. We're an open house.
Yeah, oh my God,
literally.
The best people you could ever
Yeah,
meet.
honestly, literally, just like anyone is welcome. Literally, I don't care.
How funny that we started that night at his house, and I'd never been to before.
Oh my God, that's so weird.
Annoyingly, it was a good night.
Yeah, it was a fab night.
Well,
That's the annoying thing about them because we always had, well, actually no, we always argued every single night out, but we
So
always ended
true,
up having
yeah.
like good nights. I'm pretty sure we argued this night.
yeah, probably.
Not us two.
No.
Other people that are not in our lives anymore.
So then it got to the end of the night, and like, just couldn't find Ben anywhere, and I was like, okay, so just...
I am a bit of a wanderer though on a night out.
You are. And then I found my other friend first, and he was like, right, we're going to stand outside. Bearing in mind, he was so drunk. I was like, why don't we just walk to Ben's house?
Yeah, because again, it's not far
It's
to
not
my
far,
house.
but-
Literally 10 minutes.
Because I didn't really know.
There's a shortcut
Yeah, there's
to my
ways
house.
to walk,
That's
and I was
not-
a bit like,
it's
I've
not
never,
that obvious.
yeah, and I've never walked from the uni before, so I was a
Yeah.
bit disorientated.
Yeah.
So I
you
was
went
like,
the long way around.
yeah, so we walked, and like it took so long.
Yeah, to be fair, that way it would literally take
Oh
a
my
good
God,
like
it
25,
yeah,
30
it took
minutes.
ages. And got to the end of his road, and I rang him, and I was like, all right, Binnie, where are you?
I don't even know where it disappeared to.
And he was
that
like, still at the uni. And I was like, what? And I was like, I looked everywhere for you, and he was like, yeah, but like, we're still here. And I was like, okay.
Because there was some kickoffs that night.
So I just ended up going home without him and went to a friend's house. And I was like, 4 o'clock in the morning, you text me like, hope you're all right. I was like,
Yeah.
I literally went, you can't. But to be fair, it was a funny night. And then I came again, and that was an even better night. I had
Yeah.
such a good night that time.
That was Jay's birthday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. We're gonna go get a McFlurry now.
Yeah, we're gonna go get a McFlurry and probably finish the vid here, to be fair, because we've literally filmed for like an hour.
I know.
It's gonna be a long vid. I might actually just make it like a long vid. Yeah, we're gonna get a McFlurry. Go get some wine. Are you having wine? Have some wine. Whenever people are always like, oh, let's have a wine light, I'm like, okay, have an entire bottle of wine and I'm drunk. And everyone else is like, I've had like 1 glass. And I'm just there like...
it's a sophisticated situation, which you are not.
That was my first mukbang. Just wanted to try it out as well because everyone does these right now. If you did enjoy the vid, then please give it a massive thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more of my face. I upload new videos every Friday. If you'd like to, you can follow all my social media links. They'll be down below and I'll put yours down there as well if you want to go and give her a quick follow. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you all next week for another new video. Bye!